So when you learn about history, be careful with the degree in history that you're be careful with how you use the knowledge and the degree of history that is readily available for you in a book. Because people be quick to express history facts when the dates don't matter. It's the why as the reason as to why this event took place is what matters. It be the small details, the stuff that people miss as a reason as to why that was a significant part of history. Got a lot of history buffs out there, and they be quick to point out or call out dates and time frames, but the story has no weight to it. It makes no sense. Please do not reach out to me. I'm sorry. It's just paining me to say. But please do not be reaching out to me, especially early in the morning. Call yourself checking me about how I choose to give praise, worship, and glory to my Father. I am open, and I am receptive and respectful to other perceptions of truth. I understand that my truth may not be your truth, because my life experience is not your life experience. My spiritual walk is not your spiritual walk. My knowledge is not your knowledge. I will never be closed-minded. I've never have been a closed-minded individual that I'm not open to hearing truth. But I'm going to tell you that your truth better makes sense, or I'm going to point out how disturbingly inaccurate you are, regardless of how much you sit there and call out historical dates and periods in time. Half of that be a lie, and you wasn't there to witness it. So who are you to be sitting right here calling out dates as if you lived in that day of time? Please don't do that. Let's get down to what makes sense and what don't make sense. Do not reach out to me telling me in what language I can give praise, worship, and glory to my Father. Like I said, I show love to everybody. I respect every individual until you disrespect me. It's not until you disrespect me that you see a different side of me. Because I would die for my respect. And I would die for my Father. So, tread lightly with how you choose to express or communicate your perception of truth. I'm open to it. We can have a conversation about it. But don't call yourself checking me about my truth in regards to your truth. Your belief system is your belief system. My belief system is my belief system. All I would teach people is to be open-minded to common sense. Somebody reached out to me to express their concern for me choosing to give praise and worship to my Father in a different language, because the language that I was using was of a nationality of people that enslaved the Hebrews, the lost Israelites, at some degree in history, who haven't sent all glory to the Most High. Because I would be nothing, I would see nothing, I would create nothing, I would live for nothing if it had not been for Him. And I mean that to the bottom of my heart. Talking about these fallen angels and everything that y'all, everything that's coming forth in the revelation of truth that's being exposed to the American people about the falsified history, right? The falsified history. That's why this is what I've been trying to express, inform, or tell you guys about, or to open your eyes about, so you be more open, more aware that sometimes people can think that their intentions are good, but your intentions are not so well. If you are an influential person and you are given the authority to lead people in a direction to be better, do better, create better, live and fulfill on the highest level of consciousness of self, mind, body, and spirit, on whatever level LOM has given you the ability to do so, it is very much so important for you to acknowledge this sense of authority that you have, this affluence that you have over the people. Because having affluence and having influence is two different things, right? Affluence, is better to have affluence than to have influence, right? And you can, I'm really not trying to get all up into that because it's a whole nother conversation. But for those that understand the difference or the definitive of it, you will have a greater understanding as to why it's better to have affluence than to have influence, right? But for those who have a level of authority over people to the degree where you have people following you, believing in you, and you are setting a status quo of what one should do or follow, and it's within your truth and authenticity, that is fine. But be authentic and truthful to the degree where you're able to condemn yourself in public and let people know that, hey, I'm a work in progress. I know that there's people that is following me. They're following what I do. And you get some type of benefit from following me, from looking at what I do, from incorporating certain habitual practices, regimens, routines, changing your thought process and things of that sort to a degree where you are able to cultivate a life that allows for you to operate at a higher level of self, mind, body, and spirit. I know the authority, the degree of affluence that I have over people, so I'm going to be open even when I don't want to tell y'all motherfuckers my business. I'm going to be open to the degree, because this is what I've been called to do, to let you know when I fuck up, to let you know when I don't meet the standards of what LOM deems to be right, in alignment. Because that's being truthful. And I'm still human at the end of the day, right? So I'm going to be authentic, vulnerable, to the degree in which I don't have to tell you everything, but if I am publicly showing you something that is not morally right or in alignment with LOM, I'm letting you know that I'm still flawed at the end of the day. So follow me if you want to, but follow with precaution. Don't think that everything I do is morally and righteously in alignment with LOM, because it's not. I'm just going to let you know. It's not. It's not. And this is something that I'm still working on with my father. And like I said, it may not be today, tomorrow, a week, a month, a year from now. And when I choose to make this transition into this new mode of being, because everything is a process, everything takes time. But know that I'm authentic enough to express and to be truthful with you and let you know that I'm not perfect. And I'm flawed. And I make mistakes. I don't do everything in alignment with LOM. So yes, I listen to secular music. Yes, I drink sometimes. Yes, I get belligerent sometimes. Yes, I have to cuss a motherfucker out or two sometimes. And the words that I use is not always the right words to use, but I know how to use them. And it's a part of me. I'm working on it, and I'm trying to get better at it. But you still gonna get this side of me. And I'm okay with that. And I hope you can be okay with that. If you can't be okay with that, stop fucking watching me. It's just as easy as that. This false sense of truth, because Lady Liberty, she's crying because she's understanding of the fact that there is a deep-rooted sense of falseness that has been fed to the masses in regards to who they have to be, who they have to portray themselves to be, what they find to be an accomplishment, what they find to be successful, what they choose to follow, those that they feel is influential, that has lots of influence over the people, the masses, and not having all of the truth in regards to what the spiritual aspects of something and how it has a huge impact on the outcome of why America will fall. And it is because it is an attachment to a world that should have ended long ago. And there are these traditions that has been carried on through generations of this masquerade that people feel necessary to protect. People feel like they can't be who they're meant to be because of the masquerades that exist. And some people get to the degree where they might accept who they are, but not acknowledge what needs improvement. Alright. Yeah, alright, so I'm about to go deeper, but I'm about to take it a different route. And we gotta hurry up and get this done, because I'm hungry. It's like 1:20, I haven't eaten yet. I'm hungry, okay? And I can't eat no real food yet, but because I didn't work out yet. So, I will eat me a Cliff Bar. Yeah, so I just had to say that, ain't no hard feelings, but yeah, don't disrespect me, y'all. Please, don't do it. Just don't do it. You respect me, I respect you. It's all love. Let's keep it moving. Period. So, Lady Liberty, I told y'all, is a representation of a false angel, right? Now, when you look it up, a lot of information is referencing it off of the claims of it being related, supposed to be a depiction of Lucifer, a depiction of the Queen of Heaven, who is a representation of what they call Ishtar, which I've heard before. I've heard of that before, gotten a little bit of research off of it, but I don't feel like it's no real truth to that. I feel like that is also like a piggyback off of what I'm about to tell y'all. And then there is a claim about Lady Liberty is supposed to be like the whore of Babylon or something like that. But that is also like kind of like a piggyback off of what I'm about to tell y'all. It's been all diluted, right? It's been all diluted, and I'm about to give y'all history on it. So the truth of it is that Lady Liberty is a goddess, Libertas, however you want to pronounce it. I say Libertas. Anyway, that's who Lady Liberty is supposed to be a depiction of, a representation of. But whenever you go back into a lot of European culture, whether it's the Romans, the Spaniards, the Germanians, the Asiatic descent, they got a different culture in itself, but they are an extension of the Europeans are an extension of the Asiatic culture. They were one group of people at one time, and then as time went on, they began to migrate into different areas, which is what you get like your Asiatic cultures and also your European cultures. But they're all there together, which is why you got them together. They were together, right? These groups of people who created these different tribal cultures related to their belief systems, because that's how it goes. It always starts as one, and then it branches out. Do you believe what I believe? All right, let's link up. Do you believe what I believe? All right, let's link up. Do you believe what I believe? Yes. All right, let's link up. And then you create this tribal culture of beliefs. This is the beliefs. We can live together, we can create together, we can fulfill together because we believe the same thing. So we have this same faith-based culture that exists between this group or this community of people, to the degree that we can thrive because we get along. And regardless of what people try to tell you, whether it's on the dark end of something or the light end of something, whether it's light material or dark material that's creating the manifestation of something, let me put it that way, whether it's the light material or dark material that's creating the manifestation of something, it can be, and it can exist into its reality, because wherever there's more than one that link up and y'all hold this same belief system, if this belief system within you is strong, it has a foundation of truth that you have created, regardless of how deceptively controversial this truth is that exists amongst these communities of people, it's still their truth. It's still their perception of truth that they've created. And it doesn't make it untrue because you don't believe in it. It just means that it's not your truth, because it's not the reality that you live in. And because it's not the reality that you live in, you can't flourish in that community, and they will not accept you in that community or in that tribal culture because you do not agree with the majority. And because you do not agree with the majority, you need to go somewhere else. Okay? And either if you are a leader in thought processes and you're able to cultivate or create your own reality, then you have what is called leadership skills. You have these leadership skills, meaning you have the ability to be able to create a reality of your own, where you can draw in other people and have influence or affluence over them to the degree. Influence is very smaller than affluence, so it's better to have affluence than influence, to the degree where where you're able to mold these individuals into a cohesive thought process where you believe what I believe what you believe, we believe the same thing, so let's link up. And then let's go find more people that either we can mold into this thought process or this way of being, into creating habitual practices, routines, and regimens, rituals, whatever it may be, to help us flourish and thrive more. All right, we go find 3 more. All right, 5 more. All right, 6 more. All right, before you know it, we got a whole army of believers with the same thought process, the same habitual practices, rituals, and regimens that is followed to the degree that is structured within an ecosystem to create a reality that we all believe in, where it can flourish, where it can thrive, where it cannot be shaken, where it cannot be moved. That's why people have wars behind belief systems, because that's how embedded they are. It's hard for a person to change their... It's hard for a person to train what has been instilled in them. You got to be one powerful individual to change your way of being, your way of thinking, your way of living, your way of doing. And most of that only comes through experience and learning, for you to adjust certain things along the way and incorporate other things in a way that works better for you, though. Some people don't get to go through certain things in life or certain life experiences to the degree where it shapes a new person that is not attached to their mother, their father, their grandma, their grandfather, and whoever else that may have had a hand in raising them. Then you got people who raise themselves and who have instilled in them certain morale and principalities that has allowed for them to cultivate their own reality, their own belief system, right? All right. Not all of them thrive in what one would call a, not a lot of those that go through those such things thrive in a, what one would call, sense of normalcy. A lot of them be a little off their fucking rocker. Let's just get to the point. A lot of them be off their rocker. They have these Luciferian thought processes and principalities that governs their body, their spirit, and their soul. Right? And that's because depending on how bad life was for you, how many experiences in life you went through, a lot of the times it's hard for you to hold a faith-based, it's hard for you to hold faith in Elohim. For some of us, depending on what you've experienced in life, you know, had situations where your faith has been tested to the degree, if you are willing to continue to have trust in what Elohim says is true, but your reality, that you experience in the physicality of Mother Gaia does not add up to favor. It does not add up to what one would call grace. It does not add up to overflow, abundance. The things that Elohim promises and says that should be willed over your life, you don't see that. You see the opposite. But that is the tactics of dark forces that is meant to do that. And a lot of times people be thinking like more so like demonic possessions, but in this day and time that we live in, the people that you surround yourself with are the dark forces that are against you. They are the ones sending you the evil eye. They are the ones that's wishing bad on your life. They are the ones wishing for your downfall. They are the ones that don't want you to arise. They are the ones that want you to fall. They are the ones that stab you in the back. They are the ones that betrayed you. They are the ones that talk down on you. They are the ones that don't support you. They are the ones that speak against the will of what Elohim has promised over your life. Sometimes it could be because you showing out, and you could be displaying certain characteristics and personality traits that is not in alignment with one would call a righteous lifestyle, to the degree where they feel that you don't add up to what they believe or what others have taught them, or what the system have taught them as to what a stand-up individual looks like, or how, or what it means to be a child of God. Let me just say it that way. But nothing is wrapped nicely. If you're a son of man, especially in this day and time, nothing is wrapped nicely. Especially if you are an individual that has experienced life. And the reason why I keep saying this is because you got a lot of people that are privileged. You got a lot of people who are protected by certain family that allows for them to be privileged to the degree that they don't have to experience a lot of hardships, a lot of trials and tribulations that the most of us go through. Their account to problems and issues is nowhere on the level as to what an individual that has had a less privileged lifestyle has lived. They don't know what it's like to go without. They don't know what it's like not to have. They don't know what it's like to have to get it on your own. They don't know what it's like not to have your family come through for you. They don't know what it's like to have somebody to talk down on your dreams and your goals and what you aspire to be and what you aspire to become and things of that sort. They don't know what it's like not to have a support system. So they were able to thrive. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't have some levels of hardship. I'm not going to say that, because there's no human being on this earth that haven't gone through some form of hardship. But the degree of the hardship is not the same, right? The degree of it is not the same. It's not the same. So you and that individual, y'all not the same, right? Y'all not the same. So some shit that'll take them. So let me stop. So something that would take something that you stood on, right? You under pressure, you was able to overcome that. But if they was put through that same situation and they had to walk in your shoes, they couldn't take that pressure. They'll fold. Why? Because they're not built like that. That's why you hear a lot of people say, you're not built like that. You weren't built to stand the pressure of what this person had to go through to ever think that you can be head to head up with them. Just accept your privilege for what it is. It's privilege. You couldn't walk a mile. You'd be ready to give up because you weren't built for it. You weren't developed into this. It's a development stage you have to go through. Some of us, it start younger, where it don't bother you with emotional dysfunction and things you go through in life, and you have learned to build a barrier or a boundary of protecting your space, protecting your mind, your body, your spirit, your heart, most of all your heart, having to do with you being able to function and operate like a normal human being, like you don't have wounds and things that could break an individual that don't know what it's like to be built like that, right? So when I say and I explain these things to you, I want y'all to have an understanding that everybody is not the same. Everybody is not the same. Everybody not the same. And some people be forgetting their privilege. Right? Like it's a level of privilege that I have that other individuals don't have. And I acknowledge that, though, y'all. I definitely acknowledge that, which is why I give back. Which is why I come on this channel and I share certain information. It's for the people in the mud. It's for the people at the bottom. It's for those that don't have the support and the guidance. If you have support and the guidance, there's no reason, not unless you just want to know certain information, certain knowledge, as to why you should be looking at my channel. This is for people that lack support and guidance, y'all. And they just want to lead and live a normal life to the degree where they are able to balance a lifestyle that is mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually intact. Balance. The reason as to why I say this is because once you acknowledge your privilege and notice and acknowledge the degree into which Elohim has blessed you, normally that privilege you have been given is a way for you to open a door for somebody else to experience that privilege too. Like I tell you, if I can take a million people and help them overcome what I've overcame, to help them overcome what I've overcame in life to a degree where they're able to thrive, be better, see better, create better, live better, fulfill better on the highest level of consciousness with self, mind, body, and spirit, to the point people ain't out here manipulating them, tricking them mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually. It's like I feel like I did what I was supposed to do. I gave my dues back. You know what I'm saying? I gave my dues back. I used to try to do it for family, but then they kept on betraying me, y'all. They kept betraying me. I tried to do it for family, for friends, but they kept on betraying me. Because most of the time they can't hear you because it's oh you think you, and it's like, nah, it's always love with me. It's always love with me. Now if you don't want to hear it, just tell me you don't want to hear it and I'll shut up. But it's like I got to the point where it's like I just shut up. But for those that want to hear it, it's here for you to hear it. Now whether you hear it or not, the point is that I tried. I know I put forth effort to do my due diligence in making sure that I give back spiritually to people so they can be more in tune with self, because that's what I've been called to do. And if it's one thing that I know that I came to do in this lifetime is to make sure that I fulfill my spiritual mission, aside from what I'm trying to accomplish in the physicality of this world, making sure that I do what is called of me spiritually. Because everybody has two missions. You got a mission of what you truly desire to do in the physicality of this world, what has to do with your carnality self, your carnality of self, and then you also have a spiritual mission that you should be doing as to why you've been called to Mother Gaia to begin with. You always got two missions. You better figure it out, how they can work together. But it just so happened that I've been through so much that I just so happened to figure out what that spiritual mission was. And I promised myself that I wasn't going to let it fall by the wayside, regardless of what I go through or what I'm trying to accomplish in the physicality of Mother Gaia. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do for my father, because of what my father has done for me, even though y'all be getting on my nerves sometimes. So Lady Liberty, right? She is the depiction of the goddess, the Roman goddess Libertas. But if you ever study ancient history, you will begin to find out a lot of the things being exposed in regards to the connection of American history, Roman, European cultural history, and historical evidence that points out the truth of all of what the Europeans believe in regards to spirituality is in connection to the Semitic culture.